Have you ever wondered why host discovery and enumeration hold such significance in the world of pen testing? Pen testing, short for penetration testing, is a vital process in cybersecurity. It's like a checkup for your system's defenses, hunting for weaknesses that hackers might exploit. But how do we find these vulnerabilities? That's where host discovery and enumeration come into play. Imagine a vast city, teeming with buildings. Host discovery is akin to mapping out that city, pinpointing each building's location. It's about identifying what systems are present, where they are, and how they're connected. Enumeration, on the other hand, is like inspecting each building, understanding its structure, its purpose, and its vulnerabilities. It involves gathering detailed information about each system, such as open ports, services, and user accounts. By identifying these systems and their potential weak points, we can better secure them against cyber attacks. So host discovery and enumeration aren't just important, they're integral to the process of pen testing. Now that we know why we need host discovery, let's dive into how it works. Host discovery, in its simplest form, is the process of identifying live hosts within a network. This might sound straightforward, but in reality, it's a complex procedure that involves a variety of scanning methods. Let's start with one of the most common methods, ICMP echo requests, also known as ping. This method involves sending a signal to a host and waiting for a response. If a response is received, that means the host is live. However, this method is not foolproof, as many modern systems are configured to ignore these requests as a security measure to avoid detection. Another popular method is TCP SYN ACK scan. This technique involves sending a synchronization request to a host. If the host responds with an acknowledgement, that's a signal that it's active. This method is often used because it's less likely to be blocked by firewalls. Then we have UDP scanning. While TCP scanning focuses on the transmission control protocol, UDP scanning targets the user datagram protocol. This can be a more challenging process as UDP is connectionless and doesn't provide the same direct responses as TCP. However, it's beneficial for discovering services that use UDP, such as DNS or DHCP. Now, why does host discovery matter? Well, think of it like this. A pen tester is like a tourist exploring a new city. Without a map, they might wander aimlessly, wasting precious time and resources. But with a map, they can identify their destinations, plan their route, and navigate with purpose. That's what host discovery does. It provides a map of the network, identifying live hosts that serve as destinations for the pen tester. Remember, host discovery is not about invading privacy or causing harm. It's about identifying vulnerabilities and strengthening network security. It's about making sure that the only ones who can access your network are the ones you've invited. In essence, host discovery is like a roadmap, guiding pen testers to their destinations within a network. With the hosts discovered, it's time to understand them better through enumeration. So, what is enumeration? It's the process of extracting more granular details about a host's network, going beyond the initial discovery. It's like being a detective, where each piece of information, no matter how small, can lead to a breakthrough. Let's break down the enumeration process into its basic steps. First off, we have port scanning. This is where we identify open ports on a host, essentially the gateways through which communication happens. Knowing which ports are open can reveal potential vulnerabilities. Next, we look at the services running on those open ports. A service in this context is a software that listens for and responds to requests over a network. By identifying these services, we can understand what a host is doing and where it might be vulnerable. Then we delve into the user accounts. User accounts provide a wealth of information about who has access to a system, their privileges, and potentially weak points in the security infrastructure. Now, you might be wondering how we gather all this information. The answer is with the help of some very useful tools. Mmap, for example, is a powerful open-source tool used for network discovery and security auditing. It can be used to discover hosts and services on a network, thus creating a map of the network. NetBIOS is another tool that can provide valuable information about a network, such as the name and version of the operating system, the name of the user, and even the name of the domain. Then we have SNMP, or Simple Network Management Protocol. This tool is used for collecting and organizing information about managed devices on IP networks and for modifying that information to change device behavior. Each tool has its strengths and its uses, and a skilled pen tester knows how to wield them to unravel the secrets of a network. Enumeration is the detective work of pen testing, uncovering the secrets of every host. So go forth and uncover the mysteries of the networks you encounter, because every piece of information is a clue leading you closer to understanding the system as a whole. We've journeyed through the processes of host discovery and enumeration, but what does it all mean in the grand scheme of pen testing? By now, it's clear that these two processes are the linchpins in the world of penetration testing or pen testing. They're not just technical jargon or complicated steps in the cybersecurity world. They're powerful practical tools that provide a solid foundation for understanding and fortifying network security. Host discovery is like a seasoned explorer charting a map, identifying all the hosts in a network, their live statuses, and their IP addresses. This process is essential because it gives pen testers the lay of the land, the first look at a network's landscape. It's like finding out where the castles are on your opponent's territory in a game of chess. You can't plan your moves if you don't know where the pieces are, right? Next, we have enumeration. This process goes beyond just identifying the hosts. It's about learning the services each host provides, discovering open ports, and understanding what operating system is in play. It's akin to a detective's work, scrutinizing every detail to spot potential vulnerabilities. It's through this meticulous process that pen testers get to know their targets better, understanding their strengths and weaknesses. Both these processes are crucial in planning attacks and identifying potential vulnerabilities. They're like the eyes and ears of a pen tester, providing valuable insights that guide the next steps in a security assessment. By understanding the network's landscape and knowing your targets, pen testers can craft a more effective and precise attack strategy. But it's not just about offense. Host discovery and enumeration are also vital for defense. By identifying potential vulnerabilities, organizations can take proactive steps to strengthen their network security, patching weaknesses before they are exploited. In essence, host discovery and enumeration are the first steps in effective pen testing. They're the reconnaissance team, the scouts that provide crucial information for the main force. They're the ones that set the stage for the rest of the mission. Remember, understanding the landscape and knowing your targets are the first steps in effective pen testing. That's the power of host discovery and enumeration.